Hello guys, Ryan here, and I guess welcome to another episode of Beta as Fuck, the series where I talk about games I'm playing that are in alpha or beta. In this case, I've been playing so much Audiosurf 2 this last month. Not just playing it, also developing mods for it. It's kind of like consumed my life in a big way that it's hindering my ability to do other things. Sort of bad. Sort of good. I got stuff to put in my portfolio. But I've been playing a ton of Audiosurf 2, and over the last month, the developers have updated the game to the point where I would say it's actually worth showing. There were some really major issues at the beginning of the month that have all been fixed, such as the lead-in for songs in pretty much every game mode being awful, because the song would start, but you wouldn't have the camera in its final position yet, and you would hit blocks that you don't want to hit. So, I was a huge fan of Audiosurf 1, which is why I bought Audiosurf 2 really early. This game is most definitely in alpha right now. It is not feature complete. There's a lot of stuff still missing. I think the menus are really apparent of that, seeing as this is the home screen, and this whole right-hand side is empty, and this web page that's embedded in it is embedded sort of not correctly, not at the right size. So this is gonna be a hard. I've been struggling with thinking about how I was going to show off this game, and I think what I'm gonna do is just talk a bit about it, then play a song, talk a bit about what I like and don't like, then play another song that shows some things that are sort of still broken, and then talk about why they're still broken, and then kind of wrap that up. So, you have a ton of different game modes now that you definitely didn't used to have. Over here are your official game modes that are going to be part of the game's release, that aren't downloaded mods from the community. I've mostly been playing Wakeboard, because they're really cool, and they don't really have one of the game modes that I really enjoyed back in the game yet. They only really have Mono and Pusher, and I think someone else has remade the other two, but I don't know if they're as good. I haven't bothered to dick around with them. And then over here, we have 4 mods, 3 of them actually from the lead developer that he did in his spare time. This one, the only difference between regular mono and mono midway is that sometimes there's corkscrews and loops and stuff. Audiosphere, you just move around the sphere attempting to dodge the circles and bullets coming in. Evasion's like a bullet hell mode that someone else made that you control with the mouse. It's okay. And Audio Sprint is like a 4-player game where you jump or duck under things, and their placement is based on the song. So, the reason why I've been modding this game a ton is, 1, I loved Audiosurf 1. I'm already loving Audiosurf 2, at least the wakeboard mode, which is really the only big difference. Besides the fact that the music engine is way better than the first one. But the mods, you can pretty much do anything with, as long as you can figure out a way to use the music engine. So, Audio Sprint, I've been expanding on it, making it more interesting, adding more stuff to it. But that's what I've been doing, at least. It's nowhere near showable. I don't want to show it. It's awful. It's why it's not over here in this right-hand side. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show off the wakeboard mode, because everything else either isn't as good as the wakeboard mode or was in the original Audiosurf. So, first, you click on a wakeboard mode. I'm going to do grid, because I am not good enough to do pro. Pro, you can, trigger moves to use on the wake while you're, in the air. But if there's not enough time, you crash and lose all your points. And I don't know the timings yet, because I don't play any specific song frequently enough to know all of the correct timings. So, I'm going to jump into a song that actually works really, really well. Where are you? Yes. Bass Drum of Death. So, I'm going to jump into a song that I know works really well for this particular game mode, because Lord knows there are still many songs that don't work, and I will show one of those songs next. So I guess I'm going to shut up now, show you the game mode, and then tell you why I love it. Yeah, so that's wakeboard mode. Essentially, you get pulled faster or slower depending on the speed of the music, and when there's like heavy percussions, the track creates a wake for you to like jump off of. Also, whenever there's like changes in speed, specifically going from slow to fast, then you get like huge slopes which you can use to also jump off of. And so that's a song that works pretty well. But not all songs, even within like garage punk, work that well. At least for wakeboard mode. In the regular modes, they've made like metal and like hardcore and just punk, and basically things with guitars work much better than they used to work. In the original Audiosurf, the music engine excelled with electronic music amazingly, was kind of definitely awful with folk and country only because they're just sort of too slow. They're still awful because they're just too slow, but even with metal and stuff, wasn't very good. They've most definitely improved that with the bass modes, but I'm going to jump into another song by a totally different band, and you'll see how it kind of just doesn't work because the engine doesn't really pick up on... There's slight shifts in like the speed of the music that they don't really pick up on because I guess, I don't know, it's hardcore, so it's all just fast. It's like, this is super fast, this is slightly less fast, but still really fast. And so the engine doesn't create any wakes or any changes really, and it's a bit of an issue. But if you're in another game mode like mono, they work way better than they ever used to. So I'm gonna jump into a song. I think I've played this a lot. Oh, also, while I'm here, I should note I'm currently playing... The reason why these menus are really slow on loading the songs is because I'm playing off of my network drive, and so it's just slower. If you have this on like an actual drive in your computer, all your music, the menus are way, way, way faster in switching. Obviously, I would like them to hopefully improve the speed for songs on your network drive for like changing songs and moving through all the folders. But you know what? Big improvement over the first one when I was originally playing it. Maybe they patched it in years later, but they didn't used to even see the network drive back when Audiosurf 1 came out and people were still using XP. So, yes, at least you can use a network drive. So that's a big improvement. Hopefully they can increase the speed a little bit. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but hopefully they do. Also, there's the possibility that this network drive is just really slow. I mean, it's too slow for me to play movies off of, which is, well, it's not too slow to play movies off of, but sometimes it doesn't work particularly well enough. So that could be another reason why I see these like slower load times for music. But if the stuff's on your C drive or wherever you have the game installed, it's way, way faster than this. So let's jump into the second song. Most of you probably won't like it. I love it. I love the White Lung.
Let's get her right out of here. She doesn't want to
So, like you can see pretty much on this graph right here, I really only got to do one trick. And I only got to do the trick because the game just puts a bunch of white noise at the beginning. Like, not white noise, but there's no sound. And so they just always start you on an upward incline. They're still not picking up on any of the subtleties. Like, there's definitely different phases in the song, and there's slight shifts. They don't do anything with the percussions at all because the song's just too fast. You get a downward line, and so it works kind of terribly with some music still, specifically hardcore and any metal that's fast. So, which is like what I mostly listen to. And so my favorite game mode, wakeboard, doesn't work with my favorite type of music. Super frustrating. But the game in other modes, like, I think I'm gonna jump into mono. I won't do mono turbo. That shit's too fast. But I jump into like mono, and it works way, way better than it ever used to. And I think I'll show that off with another song, which is also hardcore, that will, well, they're not necessarily hardcore, but it will show off that mono most definitely works better than it ever used to. So, if you remember the old Audiosurf, the first one that came out, like, God, it would have been like 6 years ago now. That would have been like an endless wall of gray bricks killing your combos. They actually form way better than they used to. And so, certain types of music are super playable in all of the puzzle modes. So in mono, pusher, Vegas, whatever. Well, Vegas when that gets officially released. I haven't played the unofficial one because of fears that it's terrible. If it's good, then it would get featured on the front page like all of the other good mods, not the bad ones. So, yeah, this has been kind of a look at Audiosurf 2, which is a game that I'm super pleased with. Feature-wise, it works really... feature-wise, it's at the point where I could justify paying the money, because wakeboard mode is really, really good. Mono is solid. Mono turbo's too fast. I don't know who the hell can play that, but regular mono's in there anyways. Pusher is done. The 4 wakeboard modes, like I said, are amazing. The audio sprint is okay. There's some really great mods out there. Same thing for skins. There's some great skins. There's already, I would say, more content in this game available than there is in the original Audiosurf. And the game's like $15, $15 or $20. It's in Steam Early Access. I would definitely say that this is an alpha, though. There's graphical glitches. Pretty much every time I play a song, I get the same graphical glitch with this, like, black wall that basically blinds me for half a second at, like, the 4-second mark of a song. And then, or well, like, the 4 to 10 second mark. It's somewhere in there that it always crops up. And that's really about the only glitch. They also don't have proper controller support in the game yet, but that's something they're working on. I just play with a mouse. Because you can play almost every single game mode purely with a mouse. And it's fucking awesome. Because then I can just sit here and just move my mouse around and be super relaxed listening to my music. I mean, the reason why this game is so cool is because you're pretty much playing your music. That's why wakeboard mode is so goddamn cool. You're a dude who's wakeboarding, and he does flips and shit, and it's your music, and it's all wibbly wibbly whap. It's awesome. There's like, it's just awesome. And it's also sort of slightly related to surfing, which I can definitely say the original Audiosurf had nothing of. Nothing related to surfing was in the original Audiosurf. But Audiosurf 2 promises to be at least better than Audiosurf 1 within the official modes. But it has pretty much infinite potential concerning the mods and the mod, like the freedom that modders have with it. They have a lot more power than they do in a lot of other games that let you make mods. And so I'm really pleased with it. I'm really excited to keep working on what I'm working on. I'm really excited to see what the community works on. And if this is a game that you think you like, okay, here's who I would recommend this game to. I would recommend it to people who want to mod it because, well, you jump in now and you make something crazy. Maybe it gets really popular because you did it first. So I would recommend it to people who want to mod it. I would recommend it to people who really loved the original Audiosurf, and because they'll love this at least as much in its current state, because its current state I think is better than Audiosurf 1, even though it is very much still an alpha. I wouldn't recommend this to people who have no experience with Audiosurf 1 and think that this looks interesting. I would wait, because I feel like their willingness to put up with control schemes changing, control schemes not being fully supported, minor glitches relating to graphics, and like unfinished menus, and just stuff lacking polish all around. I feel like it's likely that they wouldn't be willing to put up with this crap, but I want to mod this game. I loved Audiosurf 1. I'm loving Audiosurf 2. So I would most definitely recommend that people keep an eye for it. I've been Ryan, and this has been another episode of Beta as Fuck, the series where I look at games that I play a lot that aren't out yet. I've been Ryan, and remember to rate, sub, comment, and such. Also, Dapper Gaming has a Steam group. You can join it. Play games with us. I'm literally on all the time. And I own like 350 games. Play some video games with me.